What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and I have my beautiful award-winning co-host,
Okay, come on, award-winning co-host. Okay.
Bunny Blue in the building. What's going on, my girl? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, nothing much, girl. I almost thought this wasn't gonna happen because it's been raining like every day
No,
here
same.
in Atlanta, and the lights kept going off, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like, I hope it don't come between what I got going on because I really thought it wasn't gonna
We're gonna
happen.
make it
Like.
happen. We was
The
gonna make it
lights
happen.
kept going off, okay? But however, this is Black Music Month, and I've been talking about doing music commentary all month long, but because of other stuff, I haven't been able to get to it like I want to. So this is the first piece of music content that I was able to do this month. So when I
Mhm.
was talking about all the different ideas that I had, I thought about girl groups of the 90s, and I felt like what other person would be better to talk about this with me than Bundy? Because we are both music heads. We
Mhm.
both listen to a lot of 90s R&B or 90s hip hop.
Mhm.
And she knows for herself, when we were at the Boss Baby Awards, every single song they played, I kept on hollering that was my song.
He did. Every song. Every song. Oh, that's my song. Child, we had a ball.
Yes, we did, as a matter of fact. Yes, we did. So I kind of already like I told Bunny, I came up with something else. Like, we're gonna go back and forth with the whole. I made a whole list of different records against another girl group's records or whatever, and we're gonna pick which one we like the best, and we're gonna tell why or what not. But before we do any of that, while I was getting this together, I was looking at Google, and they said, well, here's the notable girl groups of the 90s. And like I told Bunny before we started, some of these folks on this list that I got, I didn't know they were notable. But okay, she'll probably know which ones I'm talking about
We
when they
gonna
pop
see.
up.
We gonna see. They may not be notable to me neither.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna start it off with one of my favorite girl groups, if not my favorite girl group ever of all time. TLC. Let's start with them.
Okay, come on,
Now,
TLC.
Bundy,
Mhm.
how did you feel about TLC? What is your favorite song? It could be a deep cut, it could be a single. And what was your favorite album by TLC? And then I'll follow up after you're done.
Oh my God. So first of all, I love TLC. Like that was my girl group, like of the time. Like as I'm coming into the world, the songs that my cousins are playing, like then going into like your crazy, sexy, cool era, which is more of my, coming of age, age range. But yeah, somebody just said it in the comments. Digging on You is my favorite TLC
Oh wow.
song. And even though Crazy Sexy Cool was such an amazing album, I have to say that the first one, Oops on the TLC Tip, was actually like to me, like it was my favorite of their albums, like all together.
See, this is why I chose you. Cause I feel like I'm the only one that really loves that album like that. Like
No, it's so good. It's
anytime,
so good. The
anytime that
energy.
yes, anytime you hear a TLC conversation, they always talk about Crazy Sexy Cool or Fan Mail. But
Right.
they don't really talk about their first album like
That,
that.
"Oh, on the TLC tip." No, that was actually, like, to me, the entire body of work. That
Mhm.
first album I would play over and over again, and plus that first album had Baby, Baby, Baby on it, which if they had not coming out with Digging on You, Baby, Baby, Baby would have been the song.
Well, since you chose that album, what is your favorite song off that album, whether it's a single or a deep cut?
Besides Baby, Baby, Baby? That's the way we like and the
Oh
way
my
we like
god.
it.
Oh my god.
Era. Like I love that. I love all three of their verses on that. I love what it said about them and how they viewed themselves and relationships, especially Left Eye. Because Left
Mhm.
Eye's whole thing is like dealing with a guy that was liking her because when he saw her, she was all on her femme queen shit. And
Mhm.
he liked her. And then when he come pick her up for the date, he mad because she got on her baggy clothes and shit. And he got a problem, but it's like, nigga, like, what do you think about that wave and that in 2 earrings in each ear? Like, and you know how niggas used to look back then. So you know they got
Yeah.
like some pattern long sleeve fake ass Versace shirt tucked into some tight ass pants with a belt. Like, nigga, you giving a little bit of a film queen, just a taste. Like the 90s
Right.
of men, like the look was a little bit of a femme queen. These are people coming off of Prince, okay, and Rick James.
Right.
So the way their aesthetic was actually somewhat feminine, it was weird for you to pull up to her and then be mad because she's not dressing girly like you think she should be dressing when you are low key kind of a little girly for yourself as a man. So
Hmm.
yeah, that whole thing. Okay, yeah.
Well,
Oh wait, no, that was Head to the Back. You're right. That
yeah,
was Head to
yeah.
the Back. My bad. I missed it. But it
Um,
was something else. It's me left eye not about to settle for
yeah,
anybody.
that's definitely that's the way we like them.
Yeah.
I think the part with the two rings in each ear that was on hat to the back.
Yeah,
So
that was on Head to the Back. Yeah, but
yeah,
I think the message was the same throughout all of the
yeah.
songs because that was the thing that they were
Hmm.
getting judged for wearing like boy clothes
Hmm.
at the time. And this is still coming off of like In Vogue being out at that time and people really loving like that sexual classy kind of thing. And TLC was like, yeah, nah, but we still sexual because we got a condom on my fucking glasses. Okay. It's sexual. Wrap it up.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Okay, so TLC has always been my favorite group, and if my mother was on here, she would tell you this story. But she told me when I was young. I think Ooh and TLC Tip came out in 1992. I want to say so. I had to be 3. She told me that when I was that age, I used to always sing the "Baby, Baby, Baby" song.
The
Of
video.
course, I would, being 3 years old, I would always sing "Baby, Baby, Baby." That's the only part I
Oh,
knew. So I
baby.
was like, okay, so the Ooh on a TLC Tip album is basically what I grew up on a lot because my mother was a big TLC fan. So
Mhm,
she used to wear the cross colors and shit like they did, or Mary J. Blige. Like she used to do that all the time.
mhm.
And so that's probably one of my favorite albums by them, if not my favorite album from them.
Mhm.
And I always loved the individuality that they had, and it was so much different than everybody else that was out. There was nothing like them at that time.
Right. Until Escape came and stole their swag a little.
Right, you can say that now.
Mhm.
Exactly. My favorite song off that album was probably Something You Want to Know. It
Something you wanna know.
Yes, that's probably
Ask
my
me
favorite.
for, I'll tell you
I
so.
knew
Yeah,
you
that's
would
a good
know it.
deep coat.
Mhm.
A deep cut. You could talk to the world, you could
Yes.
talk to me, baby. Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, now
That's
what would
what I mean by that album being
yes.
good. Like, you just would go into the next track like, "Oh, shit," like, you don't wanna change it.
No, at all. Like I could sit back and listen to like the whole album and not have any skips. Like
Right.
the whole thing. Even the
Yeah.
interludes
No,
were
yes, the
listening
interludes were the
to.
shit. The interludes on both first albums, that one and, really, I mean, Fan Mail too, on all of their albums, they just
Yeah.
had top tier intros and in between, like, the Crazy Sexy Cool, oh my god, the intros on that one, the ones with Busta Rhymes and shit, with that
Yes.
same beat, like, the whole time, don't, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit used to go hard. It set the whole vibe for the album.
What would you say is your least favorite TLC album? We ain't even gonna count the last one.
Um, okay, so 'cause I know I feel like I tapped out after Fan Mail. What came out after Fan Mail?
3D.
And so that's the one we not paying attention to?
No.
Okay, good. Alright, 'cause I don't think I know anything from that. Fan Mail. Fan Mail
Okay.
is the worst one to me.
Oh, what? For real? Tell me why. I'm surprised you said that. Tell me why.
Because it's just not as good in comparison
Yeah.
to the first 2, and also I felt it was something about Fan Mail that felt they were already pop, but this was
Mhm.
them actually going pop.
Okay.
Like, Black artists would come out and, like, have their own niche and style, and then there was something that happened when you could tell they were now trying to embrace a white audience that had
Mm.
already kinda embraced them, but it was like, now we have to make music for a group of people that we weren't originally making our music for, and I
Mhm.
still liked it, like, Unpretty was an amazing song, but
It was.
that's to me is the testament for how you could tell they were reaching for a different audience with that sound, and that's the reason why that's my least favorite.
Yeah, I would say mine is probably 3D, the one with Girl Talk and all that on there. But it
Yeah,
wasn't.
I wasn't even that's not even like,
Yeah.
I don't count that. Like, I don't know anything about that. I can only talk about what I know. So
Yeah, yeah, but that's the only one that I really. But even with that one, I don't hate it, but it wasn't the best
Right.
compared to the others, in my opinion.
Yes.
But yes, I see. This is why I picked you because I knew you was gonna know them deep cuts like I know them. Cause see, some people don't be knowing the deep cuts. I be knowing
No,
the damn
there
deep
are
cuts.
some albums that I like or some artists who I
Yeah.
have not discovered their deep cuts the way I would like to just yet. Okay,
Mhm.
but for, like, TLC, nah, that was my people. I was there.
That's just like with Crazy Sexy Cool. I love Kick Your Game and
Oh my god.
Switch and
TLC,
If I Was Your
yes.
Girlfriend
Oh
and
my god,
you
love
know.
that one. Love that one.
Yes. Oh,
They
and the song
really
they did
did
with Andre 3000 too, the Something Wicked This Way Comes song at the very end of
okay,
Crazy.
yeah, 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 I remember that. His story was also good too. They're gonna believe his
Yes.
story. That shit, like, was that Crazy Sexy Cool album or was
That
that
was the first album.
oh, that was Ooh on the Child, I'm telling you, it's like because their messaging was so strong, it's sometimes hard to remember certain like that whatever their last part. You know how they used to have like the first part of the CD and then the second part of the CD? The second part of the CD, I always felt like I would just be listening to it in a all of the tracks together type of thing versus like the first few tracks, you listening to them as like per track. Like I know this song, this song. That
Hmm.
second half, I'm just listening to it. It's just on. I can't even tell you what the song is all the time. I know all the words.
Right. Okay. So the next group that I have that was on this list with Google was In Vogue.
Oh, okay. That's my girls.
Now, I like them. I
Mhm.
didn't love them, but
Okay.
I like them.
All right.
Now, I didn't like them. I didn't like them enough to listen to their full albums like that. I'll be honest.
Okay.
But did you listen to their full albums or?
Some, not all, but it was definitely most certain tracks,
Okay.
but not like I did with TLC. No.
Yes, that's how I feel too. So, what is your favorite In Vogue song and why?
Oh, that's so hard. I would have to say "Give It Up, Turn It Loose."
Mm,
Like, it's the one that I play the most. It's the one
okay.
that I like, out of all of their songs, that's the one that I will go to play the most.
Mine would probably be giving him something he can feel.
That would be, like, the original because of the Sparkle connection, of course,
Yeah.
but like, if I'm that's why I'm like, but I don't go and listen to that one the way I'll go and listen to that other one, but yeah, that was, like, the first thing I thought about was giving him something he could feel, but I was like, "Ah, if I'm being honest."
Well, if it wasn't that, it would probably be Hold On. But then again, nope. Let me take that back. Let me go back. Let me take that back. No, my favorite song is the one off the Set It Off soundtrack. It's
Mhm.
Don't
'Cause it's
Let Go.
gonna
That's
be
my favorite song.
Mhm.
That's my favorite song.
That's a lot of
Um,
people's favorite.
the only problem with In Vogue is that they can't never stay together.
That's true. It's too many people. I mean, but none of the girl groups can stay together.
Yeah, but it's just like, okay, now Max is back in the group, but Dawn
Mhm.
is
And how long before Max left? Like, it was 'cause I feel like Max was in there for a long time, and they've been, touring for such a long time.
Mhm.
I feel like it was like, "All right, bitch, I'm tired. Imma go sit down. The rest of y'all can keep doing. Y'all could float somebody else in there until I come back. When I come back, Imma take my spot again." That's what it felt like the situation was with Maxine
Mhm.
versus how it was with Dawn, where it just always felt like Dawn is chaotic, for lack of a better term. Dawn is chaotic. I think she was one of the most, alluring of the women,
Mhm.
the most talented of the women, which I feel like is hard to say because they all are extremely talented, all have really strong voices to the point that sometimes their voices melted in a way that it was hard to distinguish between them, which is something I noticed with like only people like Beyonce in them.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, oh girl, listen, I know they don't like to stay together, but they still, I think, are the epitome of what artists should be when it comes to like a girl group. Like they're the epitome of that. We sticking it out. We still touring. We still can sing. We still can dance. We all still like take this art very seriously. And
Right.
then on top of that, I kind of appreciate the fact that nobody stops like the check. Like we just gonna put somebody else in there until you all right. Like the Temptations used to always
Yeah.
be switching people out and shit. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as like the core members that this is all based off of can still eat off of it. And I
Yeah.
think the only reason that Dawn can't eat off of it is because Dawn is chaotic.
She is chaotic. And there was a time where I did not want to believe that because although I wasn't like the biggest fan of Invogue, Dawn was probably my favorite member and my favorite voice out of the whole group. But when you think about it, she been kicked out of different groups.
And it
Like
wasn't even kicked out. I feel like they just dropped that shit and didn't say nothing. It's not gonna work. Let's just drop it.
because she was in Lucy Pearl, that didn't work.
Mhm.
And I think was she in the I don't know if she was in the
No, but I
firm or
think
not.
she came back to them for like a split second and then it
Yeah.
broke off again. But I do think it is more so about her own mental and her own situation. But Cindy has always been my fave ever since
Mhm.
they used to be on Rock all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and then another thing, like I don't know if she was actually in that group, the firm with I think she just sung on Firm Biz with that group, the firm, that AZ, Foxy Brown, Nas group, the firm. She had did the Firm Biz record with them. I don't think she was in that group. I
Right.
don't think so. But but I don't know. But even on R&B Divas, we could tell that Dawn was
Yeah.
kind of,
Do 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 do. Yeah.
so I don't
It's
know.
and I hate to say it like that because I feel like people be really walking around undiagnosed. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
having like, bipolarism and just not wanting to take the medication that people give you for it because it makes them feel bogged down and all of that type of shit. Like it makes them more chaotic in their mind. So I'm not trying to like be dismissive of Dawn when I say that, but I can see how that could be a reason for you not to be able to sustain your career.
Right. And another thing too, about Dawn was when she was on when they first announced that she would be on R&B Divas. Besides Little Mo, she was the one I was the most excited to see, and it was underwhelming.
Who did she become low key like a minion for?
Kelly Price.
Kelly Price. I thought at first I thought it was your girl from Brownstone. 'Cause
Oh,
I feel like they played the same type of role on
yes,
their respective R&B diva shows.
yes, exactly. They did. They definitely did. So the next group, SWV, and I know you love SWV.
You know I do.
So favorite album, favorite song. How do you feel about SWV and how did what made you, be
Okay.
so in tune with them?
Okay, I can tell you off rip. Okay, so like the era of the 90s that I come into from 88, all right? They start in 1990. My
Mhm.
sister, my cousin, my mom, everybody's playing SWV. And because SWV was like one of the first girl groups to give street,
Yes.
they were heavily like adopted and loved in New Orleans.
Mhm.
Like whenever somebody ends up performing at one of our like Zulu balls for Mardi Gras, that's when you know that New Orleans loves that artist or that group to the point that it's a part of our culture to remember their music being played in the soundtrack of our lives. SWV was like played in the soundtrack of my life.
Mm.
So I'm gonna say that my favorite album is It's About Time.
Oh my
Imma
god.
say that. It has to be It's About Time.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because so many of the albums had really good tracks on them. Like
Yeah.
even their most recent, I
Yes.
Miss
Yes.
Us. Oh my God, beginning to end. Still had really good tracks on them.
Girl, I thought I was the only one that listened to them 2
Oh
albums.
no, oh no, because I'm a
Oh,
fan. So like
yes.
anytime they did something, I was paying attention. Reality show, new album, I'm on it. Okay.
Mhm.
It's so hard to pick a favorite song from them.
Can you
I'ma
pick
go with
5 of them?
okay.
That'll make it easier.
Yeah, okay. Weak.
Okay, most definitely.
You're always on my mind.
Uh-huh.
Um, anything.
Okay. The remix of the slow one.
The remix.
Okay.
You're the one for me.
Okay.
And baby, I'm ready.
Cosign.
Cosign.
Yes.
That one.
Okay. Okay. So just like TLC, SWV was another group that my mother would always say I would sing their songs. My mother said I remember growing up, I remember my mother having that It's About Time CD in her CD thing. And my
Mhm.
mother said she bought that album because I would always sing Weak all the time. It was always my mama. And that was also when I was like 3 or 4. So my mother,
Mhm.
my and her first cousins, they were big music fanatics.
Same.
So,
My first
yeah.
cousins were the ones that like played.
Yeah.
My cousin had that It's About Time on a motherfucking tape. Okay, that she would play in
Okay.
the boombox on top of her, like her radio alarm that she would play that tape in. And that's how I remember like listening to that over and over again when I would go by my aunt's house. Shout out to Matanya. My cousin would always play that for me.
And my mother would record the videos off BET and Yo MTV Raps too, because
Yes.
that's how I would always see the music videos, because I'll watch those tapes over and over again. And I think my favorite album, it for SWV, it always switches. I know that when I was like a teenager, I used to love New Beginning,
Mhm.
but as an adult, I have a big appreciation for It's About Time. I don't know why, but I do. Um, it's hard, and just like you, it's very hard to say what's my number one favorite SWV song because I have so many. Whether it's a deep cut,
Oh,
whether
I didn't
it's a
put Rain in
single.
there, did I? Oh my
No, you didn't.
God.
No, you
Rain
didn't.
has to be in there. Rain has to be in
Has
there.
to be, because
Okay.
that's definitely one of my favorite records. I love Rain, of course. Weak. You're the One is probably my favorite side chick song. I love that
Mhm.
song.
And you know, we have a bounce version to that one. So
Yes.
it goes very deep for us down here. Okay.
I love the deep cut You Are My Love off of New Beginning. I love that song. Okay, love that song. Um what's that song off the first album? It's also a deep cut. It's called That's What I Need. I love that
Mhm.
song too. And of course, Right Here, Human Nature, and of course
Yeah.
Downtown for obvious reasons, but love
Yeah.
that. And another song off their third album, the song with Puff Daddy, Someone.
Mm.
They sampled the Biggie song. I love
Yes.
that. I love that song
I
too.
forgot to mention this song, but it's actually one like if I'm really being real, the one I listen to the most, like that it's a deep cut.
Mhm.
Uh from Waiting to Exhale.
All
Anything
night long.
you can call on
I almost forgot about it.
me.
That's my song.
Anytime that you feel the need. That
Yes.
was my shit, okay?
Yes. I love that
Listen,
song.
still
I love
plays,
that song. I
okay?
love that song. Period.
Yes.
They should have worked with Babyface a little bit more often.
They really should have. Babyface ate the fuck out that album, bro. Imma just tell you. That
He
Way to Exhale
did.
soundtrack and, Whitney for executive producing and choosing the songs,
And
you
choosing the
know?
people.
Yes.
Okay. So this next group, some people will argue and say that they're not necessarily a 90s group, but then they debuted in 97. So what I decided to do was when I put them in here, I just decided to use the original members, and that is Destiny's Child.
Okay. Don't, da-da-dum, dum, dum. That's what I see. That's what I think of when I see this picture.
Right. Do you consider them a 90s group, or do you think
Yes.
okay, I thought I was on the way.
Absolutely.
Because some people argue with that.
Oh my God. At first we started our cool. Taking me places I ain't never been. But now you're getting comfortable and done those things you didn't know more. You slowly making me pay for things your money should be handling. And then you asked to use my card. What? Listen, the Writings on the Wall album was the one that I feel like hit the hardest. Like we knew about them with the no, 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 but it wasn't there yet.
Mhm.
Writings on the Wall That's the one that really pushed it. I'll never forget listening to that entire album from front to back over and over and over again. Oh my God. Now that she's gone, you wanna come back. Is that a fact? You got it like that. You made me wait too long. I'm gone. Listen, y'all are not gonna play the intros on that one. Like Writings on the Wall, taking pieces from Set It Off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, taking pieces from the church with thou shall not thou shall not be a bugaboo. Okay, stupid ass. Okay. Listen,
Y'all
it
shall know she can't love you.
okay. What the fuck was that? Thou shall know she can't love you. Like who told y'all we should do that? Okay. Oh my God. And so good was off the chain.
That
That
was my song.
I
That was my
do it
song.
so. Listen, our girl Beyonce was gonna let you know she was singing, bitch. Okay, she was
Okay.
gonna do some type of vocal gymnastics on a song. But
Okay.
so are we looking for the whole Writings on the Wall? I'm sorry.
If
That's
we're talking about their 90s albums, the Writings on the Wall is definitely the best one, of course. Even Sweet 16, I never given our first heard.
yes.
I love Sweet 16. I don't know about
It's the
nobody
last
else.
one you play, but it's still like a song that you play. Like
I might listen to it when we get done with this.
okay.
And Temptation was a good one.
Yes.
And Confessions with Miss Elliott.
Confessions was I know you see me watching you and I see you watching me. Cause boy, your body's calling, the temptation is killing me. I know you see me watching you and I see you watching me. Cause boy, your body's calling, the temptation is killing me.
Yes, you better sing it.
I got my process about deep and my man on my mind. My what did I see? The fella looking blind. There was one that caught my eye. So I bit my lip and switched my hips as I walk by. Saying, sexy boy, you so fly. I just might give you a try. I'ma write your number in the palm of my hand. Oops, I forgot I got a man. Okay. Loved it. Loved it.
Oh yes, so we're gonna go with that, child. The next group is Escape, which is one of
Okay.
my favorite girl groups of the 90s.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My favorite album is Off the Hook.
Okay.
And my favorite song will probably be Do You Want To? Out of all their songs, Do You Want To is probably my top favorite.
Okay. Let me see because I gotta look at the album so I can remember.
And
Okay.
again, Escape comes from my older cousins. They love Escape.
The next group under them that were my cousins, like that were like maybe 3 or 4 years older than me, they're the ones that put me on Escape. Okay. So yeah, I feel like Off the Hook. Oh, Traces of My Lipstick.
Everybody says Traces on My Lipstick.
Because
Everybody.
that's the one I remember seeing that cover way more often. I'm gonna go with Traces on My Lipstick. And then also I'm gonna say because that can anybody see ya? Went to my house last night when I put your message on my beat pad. That's when I do everything I like. All right. Like being the same way with you and your girlfriend. It's like that she don't know.
She don't know.
You was a terrible bitch. I just want to put that in there because that was terrible. Yours ain't shit. But yeah, who can I run? Girl, yeah, I'm gonna go with Traces of Lipstick, but I'm gonna say my favorite song by them is probably In the Rain. Their rendition of the song by the Dramatics. I love that one. I do.
You know what? Another song by them that I feel like people really be sleeping on, and it was on the soundtrack. It's Let's Do It Again.
Oh yes, from the Soul Food soundtrack.
Yeah, Soul Food soundtrack.
Do it again.
Why wasn't that a single? Cause girl,
I don't know. I wanna see if you can get down,
come on.
like you say you do. When I wanna get right, all I think about is you. Put me in a fly position, make me wanna scream your name. And just when you think I've had enough, I'm like, baby, do you think we can do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. That was the shit.
And my favorite deep cut by them is probably "Work Me Slow" because I love that song.
Ooh,
I
I'm gonna
love
have to go
it.
listen to that one. That's one I don't remember.
Yes, that's on the Off the Hook album. "Work Me
Okay.
Slow." The same person that wrote and produced "Do You Want To," they also did "Work Me Slow." Who the same person also did "Why I Love You So Much" from Monica too.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha.
So yes, and I'm glad. You know what? And I'm glad that Escape is still a thing these days because
Me too.
I do feel like people try to play them.
Oh yeah,
I
most
do feel
definitely.
like people be trying to play them.
And my favorite, well, my favorite deceased rapper, I can blame for that shit.
Oh,
Because
right. Yeah.
because when Biggie, called them ugly escape hoes and dreams of fucking, R&B
Yeah.
bitch, that really like fucked up a lot for them. I don't think people peeped it at the time, but
Right.
it definitely made like, oh, y'all don't think Escape pretty? Like it was very weird. Like as a black girl growing up watching them and liking them and
Mhm.
having him do that, it was like, what? What do you mean they're not pretty? Like, because we had
Right.
already decided that they were pretty. So
Right.
when he comes out and says that, it then kind of changes people's minds about, well, maybe they aren't pretty if Biggie said they aren't pretty. Like the nigga with the eye sliding off the side of his face that he wanted to talk about who's attractive or not. Like, you mad because you couldn't fuck them? Like, is that the reason? Because who the fuck wants to fuck a nigga that's breathing like that in his interviews? Like, like stop playing with me.
He
Like,
had a lot of nerve calling somebody ugly, and
I
he is the reason why Lil Kim.
is
Let's
fucking with herself the way she is. Yeah.
okay. I didn't want to go there, but
Him and her, the daddy started the work because I think her daddy was fucked up towards her as well.
yeah, he was
Which I mean, the only way you would end up in a relationship with a nigga like that is if you already had a parent that failed you.
right.
So
Exactly.
not surprising.
I try to remember Lil Kim as she once was.
Yes, me too. Like
Yeah.
right around 2006.
Yes, that's
Like,
when she should have stopped it right
yes.
there. Just
Like that's like first nose job. We're still all the same color. We might have went and got a boob job, got a tummy tuck, but our body still looks regular. Doesn't look hard yet.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, my heart goes out. The next group on this list is Total,
Oh my god, my favorite
which is
was
one of my
Pam.
favorite groups, and I always felt like Pam was probably the finest stud I ever
I'm about
seen
to
in
say
my
my
life.
favorite lesbian bitch. Do you hear me? My favorite delivered lesbian is some motherfucking Pamela. Do you hear me? Like the way it was all about swag though. That's
She
why
had so much of
I
that
am.
girl. She had
Like
so much swag.
the crazy part is for you to grow a hatred for what made you stand out. Like, because that to me, that's an extension of that. Like the masculinity that she
Mhm.
gave is where the swag came. And people like that. It was cool and shit. You would like the video with Biggie. One More Chance. One of my favorite fucking videos is a big house party. Everybody's at this house party. Like
Everybody.
Heavy D's at the fucking door. Zane is sitting next to Biggie while he's rapping and shit. And it starts with Total coming to the party, running up the stairs. And when they walk through the door and Pam hits the I was just like, I fucking love them. Because it's like they set the whole tone for how we went into that party and went into that video. And the vibe of the 90s, like what we really like miss about it was like that's the type of shit we miss. Like there are all these amazing artists in the same place. Everybody's just there for the video. People may not even be getting paid to be here, but it's a party and we love this artist and this artist love us. So we coming through. And yeah, like I miss that. I feel like they don't even really do that. You know what I'm
They
saying? It's not
don't.
fun. It gave organically fun. And
They'll
now
never do
it's
that
just
now.
yeah, because everybody got to get paid for everything all the goddamn time. So we're not even gonna be able to have all you niggas in a video because y'all gonna be looking for how y'all gonna get paid versus, but who y'all think orchestrated that? Who y'all think orchestrated the One More Chance video where we just gonna tell everybody it's a party and then they should just show up and we gonna be able to use their image in this video without paying them for it? Who y'all think came up with that idea? It's giving no boy on trial.
I knew you was going there.
I
one
was
thing, one thing about Total, besides their own records, their features was always good.
Oh, yes.
My favorite feature with them probably is the LL Cool J one, the "Who Do
Oh
You
my
Love"
God,
one. That's
yes.
my favorite.
Lounge is that lounging?
Yes, lounging. Yes,
Yes.
that's probably my favorite. Yeah,
Rock on. I
yeah.
first of all, I love LL Cool J for the moments where he made absolutely no sense, but I know the lyrics. Like I love him for how unserious he was sometimes about a song because he was just like, "What are we talking about, LL?" Anyway, but okay, I love me some Total. It's all of them for the most part, but definitely Kissing You.
Yes,
Oh my God. Dun, dun,
that
dun,
was my mama favorite song by them.
kissing
That and
you.
"What About Us."
Yes, What About Us was definitely one of my favorites. From that was what about
Soulful.
you? What about me? What
Yeah,
about us? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? The best part of that shit when they just start
the beatboxing.
dun, 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 dun. Yes. I can't do it. But yeah,
Yeah,
that was it. Kissing You is my favorite. Man who knows. I don't care who sees me thinking about you makes my life complete.
yes,
And when I mean by that, then my whole world changes. You make me feel things that I never felt. I wanna kiss you. Oh
yes,
yeah. They
yes,
another one that my cousins was
yes.
into. Like the same cousins that was into Escape was into
Hmm.
Total.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
They all on the same wavelength. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes
Listen.
sense.
Yes. Okay. We got Tim boots and baggy jeans on,
Right.
and we showing off these abs. So what's up? Okay.
And you cannot talk about Total without talking about Can't You See? You cannot. You
Oh,
cannot.
what you do to me? I love what meant to be. You were before me. Baby. Listen. Yes, Total are the girls, man. Total was the girls. I hate the fact that they had such a unique sound and such a great thing. And
Mhm.
guess who fucked it up? Guess who fucked it up?
The
And
nigga on trial.
the nigga on trial. The nigga on trial. Fuck that up for all of us, okay?
Oh, and let's not forget about Tripping.
Which one? How did that one go?
That's the song with Missy Elliott on there.
I don't know why I keep thinking about sitting home.
That you been checking me.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Got me sitting on my own feet. You got me up and boy.
Yeah.
You bring me so much joy. You got me bugging, boy. Nothing no. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I love it now.
I love seeing them on tour. Although Pam was not there with them, but I love seeing them on the SWB and Escape tour. It
I
was good
did
to see
too. I hate that Pam is not there because she's such like a quintessential part of this.
them.
But one of them, I can't remember which one it was, they got her vocals down. So we
Probably
didn't.
Kima.
It was Kima. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what when you know a group is actually cohesive like that, they really do have a similar tone, which is why another person can just take their vocals if you have to. Same thing with Escape and
Mhm.
Latasha and Tamika.
Right. Okay. And then another thing too, I really feel like if they were still, because I know their last album came out in like 98 sometime. I feel like if they were still putting out albums into the 2000s, they would have lasted a little bit longer.
And
I think,
listen,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why they haven't been able to last in recent times is because of Pam.
Yes, because of Pam.
Because Pam doesn't know. First of all, Pam is not accepting of herself. So because she's not accepting of herself, she doesn't want to do the gift. Because the gift means you have to perform, you have to be in your creativity, you have to be in your masculine energy that is attractive to people, and that is going to bring coochie to you. And you don't want to have to be faced with women wanting to fuck you because you're not going to be able to tell them no. That's why she flipped out on the show when Aubrey touched her leg and don't touch me. You know why? Because bitch, you already want to fuck. It's already in your mind that you trying to block out. I want to eat coochie. I want to eat coochie. You're blocking it out. And so if a woman touch you, you be like, unhand me, bitch. I can't eat your coochie. Like nobody
Oh my God.
there but you. Nobody was there but you. And so I feel like that's the reason why, because she went, remember when they did the Bad Boy reunion tour? She was
Mhm.
on the Bad Boy reunion
She
tour.
was.
And she looked like she was having a good time dancing with Diddy. And I feel like Diddy is another aspect of that makes people not want to come back to the industry. He's so evil. I think they go run to God to try to make themselves feel safe again after what they dealt with him. But
Right.
it also is partially Pam running away from just who she is, because she can't figure out a way to be like healthy and balanced in the recognition that, yes, I am gay. Okay. Like, it's sad, girl. It's so sad because you are so amazing, girl. We hate this for you and for us.
Right. Okay. Shout out to you for the 4.99 super check and say, hey y'all, I still listen to Boys to Men, H Town, Silk, Jodeci, Adina Howard, Tracy Spencer, Shanice. I mean, the list goes on and on. I've been listening to Tender Kisses by Tracy Spencer
Oh,
a whole lot lately.
blown away.
And I didn't know she was that young when it came out. I didn't know she was 14.
Oh no, I didn't know that either.
I didn't
I
know she was
also
14.
I also thought that song was about Tupac. I don't know why.
Oh wow. I didn't I never thought
I
that.
don't know why. I think it might have came out like right after he died, and the tone of it might have gave like everybody's making songs about being sad that Tupac is dead. Maybe that was just me. I can't even
Maybe
remember, but I don't
so.
know why I feel like that's what happened. And it might not have even been that way. But I like Tracy Spencer. Oh, so like let me think. What's the old song that there's so many of them that I go back and listen to all the time that I can't even really think. I literally live in the 90s and the early 2000s. I don't like reach out for new music often. Like, it has to
Mhm.
be like in a genre that I really like, or an artist that I heard and I'm like, oh, I like that. Let me go see. But it's so hard for me to stop listening to 90s music.
I can't stop listening to 90s music. And
Mhm.
even with when I was talking about the BET Awards the other day, like I couldn't tell nobody who them people was besides the people that was doing the 106 in Park stuff. I
Right.
couldn't tell them
Oh,
nothing.
listen, that was
Oh,
hilarious.
it was. The next group is 702.
Oh.
They kind of fall into the same line
Yes.
as Invogue for me. I like them, but I didn't love them like that. But I like them. You know, I do love Stilo.
Okay.
And where my girls at.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is how I feel about like how they're connected.
Okay.
The memory that I go back to instantly.
Okay.
When me and my dad, like our thing was to like the computer shit. Like we were always into computers. We were always making CDs. And when he finally bought me my own computer, he got it built. And it
Mm,
had this blue encasing on the outside because favorite color is blue. So
mhm,
he gets the encasing, the whole brand new computer with this clear blue plates on it. And I don't know if y'all know, but like back in the day when somebody would bring you home a computer CPU that had colors on it, it was a
mhm.
huge deal. That was right around the time that Apple starts coming out with their like one screen thing that had the different colors on the back. Do you remember this shit?
Yes.
Okay. So I got the brand new blue computer and I'm about to make my motherfucking mix CD so I could play it on my CD player with the clear blue top. Okay,
Uh-huh.
come on now, because we coordinate out this bitch.
Yes.
And one of the songs that is played repeatedly during the process of us putting the computer together, like, everything, the desk, because I had the computer on the table. My dad helped me put his whole little desk thing for the computer together. And we're listening to the CD that I already made. One of the songs, why you rude to me? Why you do this thing to
Okay.
me?
Gotta
Who are
leave.
you? Who are you? Bruh. If you mean to me, I gotta go, gotta leave. That shit. Oh my God. Played so fucking hard. So hard in my house, child. But that one, get it together. Oh my God. I don't really wanna go. I don't
Donnell Jones
really
gave them
wanna
a hit with that
stay.
one.
Listen, get it together. Oh my God. Love that one. So those are my two favorites. And then you can put where my girls at,
Mhm.
Stilo. Um, that's all I can think of right now. That I was like really like that's my shit.
Yeah. Well, did you know that Missy originally wrote "Where My Girls At" for TLC. Did you know
That
that?
wouldn't surprise me. I
It was
didn't know
for
that.
the fan mail album, but
Hmm.
T-Boz and Chili didn't want it, but Left Eye wanted the song, but they didn't like the song, but Left Eye did.
Hmm.
Could you see them singing it?
I could, but I do feel like it is better with 702's
702.
tone because that "Where My Girls At" from the front to back. Well, is you feeling that? Like
Right,
that's not where TLC sing. TLC
right.
sing "I was like deep in a cool."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't have that. Well, like that being
Say
able.
hi. Yeah.
Yes, being able to yell and sing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what T-Boz does at all. T-Boz whispers and sings well, which is
Mm-hmm.
also very hard. I don't think people know how because people used to think because people weren't singing like Whitney and Aretha that they weren't real singers or
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't hard to do what they did. Let me tell y'all something. T-Boz's tone is one of the hardest tones to replicate to
Yes.
be in that deep register on those tracks like that shit is not easy. Like, it's just not. To stay on key, it's just not, y'all. People need to give T-Boz her flowers for having that very unique tone that carried them as a group.
Definitely. Definitely. Somebody brought up Heartbreak Hotel. Yes, that was also offered to TLC too, but they turned it down.
Oh, I love who ended up
And
doing
um
Not
and
out the time you could tell
right.
you, baby, face to face. Listen, that's some running bitches right there. Whitney, Kelly, and Faith. When I tell you them hoes was trying to fight each other with the runs that they was putting
Oh, I
down.
thought I was the only one who thought that,
Oh no. Oh no.
especially towards the end.
Oh yes. What? Then they start hitting real high ones. Yeah, they was going ham. They were absolutely fighting.
That
Whitney is
just
the
like
only person. Whitney is the only person that's not fighting with them. Whitney is
yeah, she
very
wants them
much
to fight.
letting, yeah, she letting them compete, but she's
Yeah,
taking the undertone. So she doesn't do her high shit. She stays in a like she
right.
stays in that tone underneath their voices while they kind of compete for the runs and the high notes. Child. Okay, come on,
It's
right?
kind of like how on Lady Marmalade when Pink and Christina Aguilera were fighting at the end.
Yes. Oh! Ah! What?
Girl, that me and my cousin Reggie used to holler at the end of that song.
Get you, yeah, yeah. Look, the Christina used to be just doing so much.
She
Real
did.
lady mama love. Yes. Child, they did the most.
They did. That was
Christina,
definitely trying to
that's how you know
compete.
Christina won. That's how you know Christina won at that end part.
Yes, she definitely won.
But I think
Now
also Pink was like, all right, bitch, you
you
got it.
can have it. Now, these last four groups that's listed, we're gonna go ahead and get into them. These are the ones that I was questioning. Although I listened to their music, I didn't think they were notable, if you get my drift.
Mhm.
So you'll see what I'm talking about. The next
Okay.
group is Jade.
The only thing I know about is the "Don't Walk Away Boy"
I
and
knew
the
you was gonna
song
say that.
from the soundtrack when they did Inkwell. I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie Inkwell. It's one of
Mhm,
my favorite movies, and they did 2 tracks on that album. The
mhm.
dancing, 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 Dancing Machine, they did
Yeah.
that one, and then Marvin Gaye, "I've been really trying, baby." So I feel like they were a really good group. I'm sure it was either a man, it was probably a man as the reason to why they fell apart. Probably a man, a terrible manager, a
Yeah.
executive trying to take advantage,
It was
or
money issues too, from
and
what
whenever
one of them said.
if there's money issues, it's probably connected to a man that one of the women was fucking. Like, there's always that. Like, oh my god.
Well, I did love Don't Walk Away, and they had another song called One Woman that I discovered about 5 years ago that I love so much. And they also had the 5432 Your Time Is Up song, and
Okay,
they had Every Day of the Week. I didn't know who sung that song growing up, but now I know they sung it. But
I gotta go
um
see that one because that sounds
y-
familiar.
yeah. So that was Jay. Now the next one is Brownstone.
Oh my
And I
god.
used the original members pictures on there.
Listen. I'm Nikki Gilbert may make my ass itch. but Brownstone plays in this motherfucking house
5 miles to empty.
on a regular basis. Okay. Brownstone gets played on a regular basis, y'all. If You Love Me is literally one of my favorite songs of all time.
Definitely.
If You Love Me, oh my God, that one, Grapevine,
Yes.
5 Miles to Empty, and then a song from the Woo soundtrack that I loved so fucking much. Now, why I can't think about it right now, but I literally just downloaded it not too long ago because
Mhm.
I couldn't remember it. And then I needed to go find it, and it was hard to find because you know how certain songs are just hard to find once they, in
Yeah.
the 90s. Hold up, let me see. I just want to see. Searching for your love. But I've been searching for your love. Oh, baby, I don't know just what I'm searching for. That song. Oh my fucking God.
Did you know their other song? It was like a remake. It was called "I Can't Tell You Why" because I used to love that song too. I
I
can't tell you
don't
why.
remember. I don't remember, but
Okay. Yeah.
I loved it to them. And their albums were really, really good. Especially uh the one with what you call them? What's that one? Hold
Is
up.
it 5 miles to empty?
Yes, the one with 5 Miles to Empty on it. Let me see.
They had a song called
Because I
"Baby
want
Love" that I used to like on that album, and it was a song they had "If You Play Your Cards Right." I like that song too.
Oh, I think I know that one. If You Play Your
Mhm.
Cards Right, I think I know that one. Okay, hold up. From the Bottom Up. From the Bottom Up is my favorite album. Yeah, I remember I Can't Tell You Why. And Sometimes Dancing, that was a good one too. I like that. When it came on, I was like, well, all right, bitch, I like that. So they like it was just a good overall project that from
Yeah.
the bottom up. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. The next one is Black. That's what they had on the list.
Okay, that's to our afraid, we love them. Okay. We
Yeah.
niggas
Yeah,
done
we
seen
met
real
them.
life. Right. Okay. In real life. Come on, Shamari and Brandy. All right, all right.
Oh my goodness.
Boom like an
And
808.
the remix.
Okay, circles like a figure eight. That was the shit. Let me see. What else did they have that used to be one of my songs back in the day?
Bring It All to Me.
Oh, baby, bring it on to me.
As
Bring it
if.
on. Ooh,
Yeah, as if was on the Bring It
yeah.
On
So
thing.
as if, yeah, I remember that one. I
And
remember.
this song by them is very underrated, but it was on the Honey soundtrack, and it was the "I'm Good" song.
I think I know that one too.
Yes, I used to love "I'm Good." That came out when I was like a freshman in high school. I used to love that song. I had thought Black was back with that one, but then they ain't
Did
come out
that
with
one?
nothing else after that.
I feel I'm low key wondering if that one was like similar because I feel like I remember it. I'm trying to remember if that was similar to that song by Amel and Beyonce.
Mm.
I can't remember shit. Because I feel like I don't know why I'm thinking that, but those two songs sounded similar to me, but that's only if I'm remembering the right song.
Oh, okay. Well, I know Rodney Jerkins was the one who produced "I'm Good." It was like a Dark Child production.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and the last group that they had, which I wasn't mad at it that they had them on the list as a notable, but Janae.
Oh, look, because I say Zane child. I don't never be saying it, pronouncing that shit like no goddamn J. Zane, bitch. ZH Zane. Okay. Like we got a Z in this language, bitch. So I'ma say Zane. But I love them. Sending my love. They read their redo of Shame is nice
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Um DJ on the dance floor all night. They just yes. I feel like they gave an elevated vibe. There was a subset of R&B that I feel like always gave a elevated vibe. It's the in between before we got to neo soul.
Right.
Yes.
I agree.
They gave that vibe.
Okay. My favorite song by them was probably "Sending My Love." That's probably my
Mhm.
favorite one.
Crush
Like,
was a good one too.
yeah. And "For a Reason." That's a deep cut off their first album, "For a Reason." That was like a
Mhm.
6, 7 minute piano ballad. I I don't love that song.
Me too.
So now that we went through the 11 notable groups of the 90s, we're gonna go ahead and get into the part that I told Bundy that we was gonna do, and that is like I got 2 songs for each one, and we're gonna pick which one we like the best. So I chose to start it off with 2 one-hit wonder groups. Hopefully you remember their record.
Okay.
It's Lately by Divine versus He's Mine by Moke and Steph.
Lately, I've been watching you, been thinking about you, babe, and everything you do. Just sitting away,
Yes.
watching the days go by, watching the days go by. Yeah, that one.
I
That
knew
that
you
one.
was gonna pick
That's
that
gonna
one.
rock.
I knew you was gonna pick that one. I'm kind of on the fence because I love Lately, but my ghetto ass also love He's Mine. I love
He's
that
mine, I'm all I
song.
was when I got him all the time. Yeah.
The lyrics are so problematic to me now.
Speaking to that side chick inside of you, okay?
It's the whole he might be doing you, but he's thinking about me. It's like, girl, he's clearly not thinking about you while he's
Listen,
girl.
he's thinking about the coochie at hand.
All right, but I'm gonna go with Lately though.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Lately. The next one is Hey Mr. DJ by I'm gonna say it like you, Zane.
It's probably really Johnny, but I'm about to be ignorant, bitch. Johnny
versus Stroke You Up by Changing Faces.
Wait, hold up. Stroke you up. I don't mind. Do you mind if I stroke you down? I don't mind. All through the night. I don't mind. Ain't your body right. Yeah, that goes.
I will probably go with Hey Mr. DJ though.
Okay.
I'll probably go with Hey Mr. DJ.
They played the fuck out of that song, so that's the reason why I really
that's why you going with
get jiggy with that shit. They played the fuck out that song. Oh my god. Like it was such a walk around the mall and you hear it playing type song. So
you'll still like if you really think about it, you'll still hear it at some stores in the mall. Shit. They play it at my job. But this is Atlanta though. They play shit like that at stores. The next one, number 3, Don't Walk Away by Jade versus If You Love Me by Brownstone.
That's ridiculous, but if you that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. You should have put that Jade song with another song because I'm sorry. If you like you would have to put If You Love Me next to D, like it would have to be way more like nah. Like this, it's just hard to beat that song.
That's an unbeatable, huh? That's unbeatable.
Yeah, it's so hard to beat that song.
The next one was Where My Girls At by 702 versus Trippin' by Total. Because I put those together because they came out at the same time.
Trippin'.
Okay. I'll go with Trippin' too. Love Where My Girls At, but
now it's something about that.
Right.
Yeah, that hit.
Now, this one also has an unbeatable, but at the end of the day, I thought about their versus battle, and they had these 2 songs going back and forth. So that's why I put these next to each other. Weak by SWV versus Understanding by Escape. We all know it's weak.
Absolutely.
We all know it's gonna be weak, but I said, why not?
But you know what? There's a song by I feel it shouldn't have been Understanding. Like to me, Understanding just wasn't the song to beat that song. I would more so have leaned towards Who Can I Run To?
Somebody else said, I think that was Ebro that said that on Hot 97. They said they felt like Who Can I Run To should have went against not Understanding, but Weak.
Right. Yeah. It should have been that one or what's the other one? That shit.
My Little Secret.
Yes. Like I feel like, but Who Can I Run To is the song. It's the
Yeah,
Who Can I Run To is the song.
that's
That's
to
real
me.
competition. That's real competition for
That's
me.
real competition. I feel like Who Can I Run To is the more quintessential song than Understanding is. I feel like
Yes,
Escape
it
as
is.
a group, they give
Mhm.
Understanding a lot. Although it's a great song, I feel
No.
like Who Can I Run To was a much better song than Understanding.
When we talk about the songs that actually was hitting for them, I remember people bringing up Understanding, like, what the fuck? I ain't even ever heard of that one. Let me go look that one up. And I remember, oh yeah, I remember hearing this like maybe once or twice, but that what I need from you is understanding. How can we communicate? And then it's like a group of girls at school. When you don't hear what I said, like, no, like that's not it. It's absolutely giving ah,
Right.
like no, bitch. It's definitely Who Can I Run To. It's not Understanding. It's not.
Yeah, it's definitely Who Can I Run To. So these next two songs, they were both written by Candy Burris. No Scrubs by TLC versus Bills, Bills, Bills by Destiny's Child.
No Scrubs versus Bills, Bills, Bills.
Yes.
Bills, Bills, Bill.
You know the Bills,
What
Bills, Bills,
what out of that? Because I listen, Scrub was, it was good. Girl, it's like anything is mine. Yeah, okay. But keep paying my automobiles, baby, make
girl.
it chill. It's the feeling for me. The feeling that Scrubs has such a weird vibe attached to it when it came out because yeah, we
Mhm.
were feeling it, but it was like, okay, we're pointing out how niggas ain't shit. It was a statement piece. Then niggas came out with their version of that song and
No
flipped it.
pigeon.
Yeah, and then we had to deal with that shit versus Bills, Bills, Bills. I think they might have tried to do that, but to me, Bills, Bills, Bills was the song that blew up Destiny's Child for me.
Mm.
That was the song that blew them up. It was that very quintessential dark child, wet, blue tone. Like, it was something about that time period. Like, it added to that specific sound. You know what other song I think about it in tandem with for that sound of that time?
Mhm.
If you had my love and I gave you, like,
That's
it was
yeah, that's true.
like, it's something about that sound. Bills, Bills, Bills kinda have that type of vibe to it, especially as they were, like, going through the, what you call them? Wasn't that one? That Bills was at the shop, at the hair salon,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
Right, 'cause I feel like I'm low-key confusing that one and Bugaboo. But yeah, no, it's Bills, Bills, Bills. And first we
Yeah.
started and now we're cool.
Well, Imma go with No Scrubs,
Taking me
you
places
know.
I ain't never been. Wow, listen, it's the way
But
she
it but
talks.
it is kind of a hard choice though.
It
It yeah,
is.
it's kind of a difficult choice, you know what I mean? Because they were both real huge around that time,
Yes,
you
but
know.
Scrubs felt, how can I say this? Like, it's another song where I feel like they played it so much that it lost some of its luster for me in comparison to Bills,
The
Bills,
Bills,
Bills.
Bills, Bills.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the next one, and a lot of these songs I chose to put against each other because they came out around the same time. That's why I chose the ones I did to go
Mhm.
against each other somewhat. 808 by Black versus All Cried Out by Allure.
Mm.
That
Sing
one
All
hard.
Cried Out for me.
Um, okay.
I don't remember how that one goes.
I'm trying to get to the chorus part because it was a remake.
Right.
The part was like, but now I'm all cried out over you.
We're gonna
And then it
go.
started off all alone on a Sunday morning.
Oh, okay.
Outside, I see the rain is falling. No song.
It's gonna be boom like an
I knew you were gonna say that.
circle like a figure eight. Feels good from head to toe. To me, baby. Here we go.
808, the original and the remix is fire.
Yes.
Everything about
Boom.
it is
And
fire.
then the choreography they did for that one was off the chain too.
Yes, I'll go with 808 as well.
Mhm.
Um, Stilo by 702 versus Can't You See by Total.
Can't You See by Total.
Bottom line.
I start doing fucking choreography and shit.
Oh my goodness. Yes, you better do it. You better do that Pam choreography.
Listen.
Sending My Love by Zane versus Changing Faces, Get OUT. Do you know the Changing Faces song? Damn, we ain't gotta worry about it.
I was thinking about like, bitch, I don't even remember that.
Yeah. 5 Miles to Empty by Brownstone versus Don't Let Go by Invogue.
Wait, what's the first one?
5 Miles to Empty by Brownstone versus
Sorry,
Don't Let Go.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's gonna be 5 Miles to Empty. And my heart is running low.
Oh my God.
Oh, I need a good man to give me love. I need a good man to fill me up, baby. Listen, I'm sorry. 5 Miles to Empty. We spend so much time. We're always fighting desperately fighting for love.
I really thought you was gonna say Invogue.
You know why? You know, often the songs that people play the piss out of.
That's the ones you did.
I just no. But
this one for me is hard to pick.
I know, y'all, but it's also like it's something about that song that is a little sad to me because it's attached to Set It Off. So and 5 Miles to Empty just always reminds me of like that era of Waiting to Exhale where you just get in your car with sunglasses and a fucking scarf on blowing in the wind and a convertible just driving down the desert, you know, to be off into the work. That's what 5 Miles to Empty makes me think about. Yes, y'all. Even with that's why I keep telling y'all that I'm really not as biased as y'all think, because I could really not like a person and still go up for their music. Like Nikki Gilbert makes my ass itch. Y'all know I don't like that lady. Okay,
right.
But Brownstone, I'm not getting around it. I'm not coming up off of them. 5 Miles to Empty is my answer.
Okay, that one is hard for me though. I don't even know if I could choose between them, but
just choose Invogue. Go ahead. It's okay. Just do it. It's fine.
Get It Together by 702 versus Kissing You by Total.
Oh, that's terrible. Kissing You. Kissing You. No.
I will go with Kissing You too. Everything about Kissing You was perfection.
It was like even the way it comes on.
Yes. The bridge.
Yes.
Everything about that song is just nothing can take away from that song. Let's see. Grapevine by Brownstone versus You're the One by SWV.
That's so fucking hard. I heard it through the grapevine. You were feeling too fine. And I'm sorry. Okay. Grapevine is going to win for me. And I'm going to tell you why specifically.
Okay.
It is something about the way they layered their voices on that song. And this is something specifically that Brownstone did as a group that a lot of other people didn't do.
Sound like a choir.
Yes, they overlayered their vocals to make them sound like a choir, and that is especially heard in "I Heard It Through the Grapevine That You Ain't Fit." Like it is, and I can't. Versus "You're the One for Me, You're the One." Yeah, I'm sorry. I like that song, and it has its, I know that you're somebody. Come on. There's a bounce version to it. But these feelings that I have for you. Yeah, okay, I get it. But if I had to talk about the song that I go to for real, like if I'm talking about what I actually play around here, Grapevine is going to win because those 3 songs by Brownstone are like 3 of my four of my favorite songs. I listen to, like, I just need to hear it sometimes. Like, so yeah, Grapevine is gonna win.
Okay. Who Can I Run To by Escape versus Use Your Heart by SWV?
Who can I run to? I like that. So use your heart and not your eye. But it's not, maybe just relax your mind. If you got time, then I got. Yeah, I like that song. That's a good song, but it's not the same thing as the way I feel when Who Can I Run To comes on.
Okay. Okay.
Not Candy in him.
Are you familiar with Cut Close?
Yes.
Okay. I just had to ask before I went into that because these two are groups that probably got one song or whatever. I Like by Cut Close versus Shawty Swing My Way by KP and Envy.
Wait, what's by Cut Close?
I Like.
I like the way. Is that one?
No.
Oh, not
No. You probably don't know that song. What song by Cut Close do you know?
hold up. Let me look it up because I know their name. That's why I know something by them. Hold up. Cut Close group with a K. God damn it. I remember that. Okay, hold up. Hold up, y'all. Let me play it right quick because I want to hear it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the way
Yes.
you says
Yes.
me. Like the way you did. Yeah, you says me. So what's that one? What's the other choice?
Shawty Swing My Way.
Oh, Cut Close, period. I just
Oh,
be having
wow.
to hear it sometimes because I be forgetting because it's so much music in my fucking head. But no, I like it absolutely. That little part, line the way you says me. I like that whole little melody is ill as fuck.
Let's see. What's next? What we got? What I got on here? Waterfalls by TLC versus Say My Name by Destiny's Child.
What the fuck is that? Like, go to hell, bro. Go to hell, bro. I think that I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't even know what to say. Oh my god. Let me really think about it. Cha-na-na-na. Okay, hold up. All right. And then
And it's Waterfalls by TLC.
Okay. Say it again.
Say My Name versus Waterfalls.
It's so hard. Oh my god. Okay. I feel like I have to go oh my god. This is so hard because like Waterfalls used to make a bitch want to cry. Like it was a song. Like I remember the video. I remember the connection to New York Undercover that it felt. You know what I'm saying? Like all of those vibes of that song. But
that's hard, ain't it?
When I go to the actual song, like I'm trying to take away video and think about the song by itself. I'm gonna go with Beyonce and them. I'm gonna go with Beyonce.
Oh my
and them.
God, not Beyonce.
I'm gonna go with Destiny's Child because the reason why is and I say Beyonce and them is because when I think about Say My Name, what really pulls me to that song is the way she sung rapped the lyrics. Like that's what really made that, such a like when I think about it, I think about the tone of her voice and the lyrics of that song. And then when it comes to Waterfalls, I think about how I felt like that's when white people co-opted TLC. So
That's pretty true.
why, you know what I'm saying? Just because they had a bigger message, they got co-opted, it felt like. So yeah, that's why I guess I'm gonna go with Say My Name. Say my name, say my name.
What About Us by Total versus Bring It Out of Me by Black?
What About Us by Total?
Oh yeah, that was non-negotiable.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so I chose these two because they was their both of these songs were their debut singles. That's why I chose these two together. Ain't Too Proud to Beg by TLC versus No 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 by Destiny's Child.
The fast one or the obviously
Uh,
the fast
I
one.
would say the fast one. That's the
Oh,
only
then
one
I'm
I
having to.
acknowledged. That's the only one I
You
acknowledge.
don't acknowledge the slow one?
I don't like the slow one like that. I've always preferred the fast one.
That's that's terrible. Okay, so no, 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 no versus ain't too proud to beg.
It's gonna be Ain't Too Proud to Beg for
What's
me.
ain't too proud to beg? And can show the what you got.
Just the way she come in.
All is high. Ain't no better love than you wrong.
Just
Yes.
the way it's the way she comes in and
And it's
just
the confidence in that song. Cause my man belongs to me.
right.
And I know that. And plus, you know what I loved about TLC and Destiny Child? This was the we cheat back. We're single, so we're dating other people. Fuck these niggas in their tears. Like that's what the vibe was, right? And
Mm-hmm.
on Ain't Too Proud to Beg, it was a taking control of your sexuality as a woman type of vibe. And I really like appreciated that perspective back then. And I think that's the reason why I have such a free mind when it comes to sexuality is because I grew up listening to TLC and actually really listening to the lyrics of their songs because they were very political. I don't think people paid attention to that. It almost feels as if now when y'all look back on them, y'all think they were bubblegum or something because of the poppy like image. But their
Mm-hmm.
lyrics were extremely ahead of their time and political. It was political. But yeah,
I agree.
every day, all day.
I agree. I don't think I have that. I think I probably got two more on here that I had because I made this list up real quick. Let me see what else I had on here. You're Always on My Mind by SWV versus Giving Him Something He Can Feel by Invogue.
What's the first one again? It's so hard when the songs are good. It's real hard to keep it in your mind. Like which one? Okay,
You're Always on My Mind and Giving Him Something He Can Feel.
you're always on my mind
Oh, damn.
because I'm gonna tell you why.
Uh-huh.
Because even though I love In Vogue's rendition of that song,
Mm-hmm.
Aretha ate that shit up. Like
Yeah.
Aretha, like they redid giving him something he could feel, but they did not do it to me better than the original. So when I think about that song, I like their version, but I always will revert back to Aretha's song. I want to hear Aretha's runs in that
Mm-hmm.
song.
Okay.
So much hope for material things are the only life I breathe. Oh, so I write this song for you. You know, the real dreams do come true. Tell me what I want to know, babe. Like it's just like I'm gonna always living in a world of ghetto. I'm sorry. Like everybody around seems so uptight. Nothing like Aretha was singing that shit down. Like that
He
song,
was.
like it was this was my life right now. My man. I like the kind of ways we have our fun. Love the
Okay.
ways me on and on. Like like they performed it. Aretha was singing it like it was where she lived.
Mm-hmm.
A virgin gonna always eat. So then I have to think about you're always on my mind. And the way that song comes on.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, doom, no, 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 no. You're always on my mind. Boy, I can't seem to get you out of my head.
You
Yeah,
better sing it.
it's gonna go to SWV for that one.
Okay, and I guess I can close it off with this one because I thought this was just fun to do.
Mhm.
The Waiting and Exhale version, because both of these groups had songs on there.
Okay.
All Night Long by SWV and This Is How It Works by TLC.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Okay. 2 times if you tens, baby, let it unwind. 2 counts, let it bang, ounce to the motherfucking house. Oh my God. Okay, this is how it works. Baby, you can call on me. Oh my God.
Oh, that was hard.
Mhm. I'm just how to do it. Ooh, some just learn it on the way. Like, I don't know how to describe this, but T-Bozz's voice on that specific song, all I can imagine is her in leather tying some nigga up. Like, everybody knows just how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving a difference between fucking and making love.
Oh, girl.
Once you get it right, ain't nothing to it. If you wanna get it right, you gotta learn the pace. Make it smooth, make it smooth. And make it last, make it last. Kiss, 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 kiss my ah. But then, like, when you go to, baby, I'll do you all night long. Do you any way you want me, baby? That shit.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
That was hard. That's definitely hard. Nah, that's definitely hard.
Honestly, I feel like I wanna go with, because every time I think about the way both of those songs come on, it's so hard to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to, okay, wait, now I need to think about something different to compare in order to answer that question.
See, this is too hard for you.
Think about the lyrics. Okay, we gotta think about the lyrics. Okay, hold up. Let me pull up the lyrics for SWV. Hold up.
Oh gosh, you gotta pull up the lyrics.
I have to look at it. Okay, hold up, all night long. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. We have to look at the lyrics. Okay. Because I know the lyrics and I know how I feel when I listen to the TLC song. So I have to look at this. Keep it nice and warm to satisfy. And baby, you know that I am always hot for you. And if there's any kind of love that will exemplify my sweetie, I have got. Okay. We're gonna go with TLC. You know why? It's because in TLC, it makes me feel sexy because I feel in control. SWV feels like you about to cater to your man because baby, this is your day, and yeah, no. Not that I won't do that. Please don't misunderstand me. Both of those songs get played when people get fucked around this house. But I feel like I don't like the the this that I feel like is happening in one song versus the other one. Like, I feel like as a woman, I feel in control of this shit a little bit more with the TLC, and I kind of like that.
Oh my God. So okay, so the TLC song gives you in control. The SWV song gives you submissive.
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
listen, I'm a switch, bitch. There are areas for both of those energies. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I yeah. I think I'm gonna go with TLC though.
Oh my God. Okay.
Just because I like that. Not everybody knows just how to do it. Like that shit. Like, yeah. And in the end, like the fact that they found a space for Left Eye to work in that song and it actually did really work.
Right.
That was another part. Like, ugh. So because that's so hard and it's hard for me to choose, I'm going to choose the one that makes me feel the best in the moment. And I feel like the TLC one makes me feel really good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna choose SWV.
Why does that not surprise me?
It's the lyrics. Like, it's the creative way Babyface wrote about fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's like it's certain stuff that he said, and I'm like, what the fuck is he trying to say? Like, you can melt in my body, like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will slowly melt on to you.
Mhm.
Okay. Caress your
Curl
face in
up
my valley.
in the
Like,
valley.
what?
Let me feel the sweetness of you.
Yes, child. So
Oh, yeah, no, I get it.
yes,
I
it's
get
the
it, child. But
let
that
me
somebody said it right in the comments. Somebody said, one worships the man, the other she's getting worship.
exactly,
Mhm,
exactly, exactly.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'm just nasty anyway. So it
I feel like what we're saying is we both are.
yes, we're both nasty.
Okay.
Because sometimes I can get into that little TLC bag when I feel like a nigga being lazy and I gotta do all the work.
Listen, nigga, like what you wanna do? Okay. Yes. I I
Oh my
I I
god.
do I do like the, like get on your knees so I can tell you what to do and put my leg over your shoulder type of vibe. I do like that, and I feel like that's what that gives.
It does. It does. You know what? I might need to change my vote now because like
Keep the choice. Keep your choice. Keep your choice.
oh my god. But
Mm.
anyway, this was fun.
It was. It
This
was so
was
fun.
fun. I might need to
Especially
do a
a
mail.
palate cleanser. That's what it felt like. It felt like a palate cleanser because social media
Yes,
is so
yes.
like right now.
I
So yeah.
I feel like I may need to do a male groups of the
You
90s.
do. What do you mean? You have
Mm,
to do Boys to Men, you have to do New Edition, you have to do
yes.
Skill, like you have to do Black Street, like yeah,
112,
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge,
Mhm. You gotta
you
get the
know.
boys up here. You gotta get the boys up here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna see if T
Jodeci.
and
Oh my
Josiah will get up here and do it with me for that one.
yes. Okay, look, don't
Because
even get me.
they're into music like that too.
Yeah.
And Josiah loves that Cut Close song. Like I remember the first time I came to Houston to visit him and he picked me up from the airport, he played that damn I Like song over and over and
Yes.
over again. So
Was
every
Josiah
time I hear
trying to
that
fuck? Like, who was that in the courtroom?
song, every time I hear that
Like, why
song,
are you playing this in a
I
court
think
with
about that.
me?
He was like, "Oh my god, I love this song." He
I do
still
too.
he
I do
still
too.
plays it all
Me
the
too. It's
time.
one of you right though, because I definitely have like loved that melody that because I can hear it in my head. Night away, you said, man. Yeah, that shit went hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Somebody brought up Drew Hill. Oh yeah, those male groups gonna be fun to do.
Oh yeah. But I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, Jodeci wins every time. It's been an hour since you've been gone. Like, listen to me.
Listen,
Jodeci is going to win every time. I don't care about how did you be in love with me, like all that shit. And everybody is a copy off of Jodeci. Everybody that happened after them is a copy. Jagged Edge,
I knew you was gonna say Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge, and Drew Hill. No matter what anybody want to say, they were cutting it close with the time frame. But if you ask me, the two competing groups were Boys to Men and Jodeci. Boys to Men gave you clean cut, Jodeci gave you street shit. As time went on, the
Yes.
clean boy shit ran out, and we
Mhm.
just adopted the street persona of it.
You
So
know what? That's a good way of looking at it because growing up, I used to love Boys to Men, but as an adult, I'd be like, they so fucking boring.
they're lame as fuck, but their songs were good.
The songs were good
Sorry,
though.
stop pointing fingers, the blame is on me. I want a new life, and I want it with you. And you feel the same, don't ever let it go. You gotta believe them. There's some begging ass niggas, boy. I'm gonna tell you something. That was Wanye doing all that whining,
He
right?
was. Oh
Okay.
God.
So I just want y'all to pay attention to something because to me, Wanye is low key like a psycho type dude. Like I know we not we not talking about it, but Wanye is a little off to me. And when I think about men that beg and cry like that, they're the same ones that will switch that shit up real quick and be like, I don't know what that bitch talking about. I ain't never said I love that girl. I wasn't doing all of that begging for her. No, I wasn't. And yes, you was like snotting and crying and begging and then acting like an asshole. Like that's what Wanye give. You know what I'm saying? Whenever men do that much crying and sniffling us, it's because usually because they done fucked up tremendously. And now they
Yeah.
want you to feel bad for them. So they're crying and snotting on purpose to make you feel bad so you will forgive them for what they've done. And I know people think that's like normal. It is not. Yes, Wanye is given. Yeah.
But you know what? I know exactly what you're saying because at the end of the road, he was doing a lot of that
Yes,
screaming
that's what
and
I'm thinking
begging, and I could not tell what the fuck he was saying. But I'm just like, I never did know what he was saying.
like remember on the videos, he would be like doing this a lot, and he would be like lifting his body. You're gonna believe in the spirit of love. Like, he be doing all this extra. No, I don't. Like he just used to be doing so fucking much, and then he used to be like the bottom of his mouth would be loose when he would be doing it. That's why you don't understand nothing he be saying. Like just running, just running.
Just running, girl. Like,
That
like I said, like I'm like, as a 36-year-old man, I'm like, oh, Jodeci, but boys to me, it's just
Boyz II Men lost it when Michael left. Michael was the attractive person. Like,
he had the voice, even though he
yes,
didn't, I used to
right.
live to hear him talking or something.
Oh, what? Girl.
Talk to me, please.
I know when you ran out with that other guy. I just didn't care. Can't you see, babe? I'm here for
For
you.
you.
Okay. May I forgive you, girl? Baby,
Listen, and this wasn't even today's song, but he was on that damn Uncle Sam, I Don't Never Want to See You Again song, talking on that damn song too. I'm just like,
he would kill it and then also his undertone whenever they would start going into acapella, boom, 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 boom. He like, it's unnatural. You belong to me.
and you can hear him.
Yes. Oh my God. That was their best shit. That fucking Boomerang soundtrack. Yeah.
Yes, listen.
Yes.
I like I said, the thing about Boyz II Men and Jodeci, because I feel like they were like the beginning of the 90s R&B group, male group. They were very different, which is what I loved about it. They were very fucking different because, like you said, Boyz II Men was more the whole poppy.
I'm gonna tell you what it was. You
Clean.
know what it was?
What?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
It's the Brian McKnight effect type shit. Think about it. Back then, not now that we hate him. Back then, what their music presented as Black artists creating R&B music, but that was also being given to white audiences in a manner that like really blew them up. Like Brian McKnight was in that same vein. This is why the good guy thing ran out. This is why the good guy thing ran out. Because I think sometimes with good guys, they don't know how to mac. Player ass dudes know how to mac. So they don't go straight to, I'm upset because you're not giving me my way. I'm being nice. You're supposed to like me. That's what the nice guys of like the Boyz II Men, like that's what we started to notice in those men. And that became unattractive for you to be a Chicago ass nigga, like from, you know what I'm talking about.
They're from Philly, right?
Huh?
I said they from Philly.
Not Chicago from Poetic Justice.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Remember how he was like, that's your good job, right? He's not in the street. He got a good job, girl. He tucking his shirt into his tight ass pants. He brushing the fuck out that whack ass wave, but he abusive and he talking to you crazy and he can't fuck. And he don't know how to have a conversation with a woman that gets her back on his side without demeaning her, right? So once we started to see how that type of man was showing up, that shit was no longer attractive because at least with niggas like Jodeci, they knew how to like pull you in with game. Like we're gonna pull you in with macking on you. Like don't be like that, girl. Like don't be like that. I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna do everything for you, bitch. We're gonna have Devontae come in here and talk to you, right? Devontae Swing, come out here and talk to this bitch. And Devontae is gonna come out and talk to the bitch. And Devontae's gonna have light eyes. He's gonna look at the bitch and he's gonna be like, Jodeci helped me sing. You know what I mean? Like It's different. It feels like we're being manipulated better when it comes to those men. And I think women feel like, well, people, period, child. You're
Yeah.
gonna be manipulated anyway. So I'd rather be manipulated by the person that's turning me on while they do it, or the person that's kind of low key making me feel like, nigga, get away from me.
Yeah, because if you want me to be real, if you're talking about the type of men that they were, of course, I'm gonna go with the Jodeci man.
Right? Girl, this Devontae motherfucking swing, and he look crazy now, and I love that because I feel like that lets you know them niggas is not, because being young, I think, covers a lot of ugly that people aren't seeing because they're young.
Mm-hmm.
Now that nigga look like that, now that he older, it's like, yeah, stay the fuck away from that. But that nigga would have definitely got me fucked up in the 90s.
Definitely.
He would have got me fucked up in the 90s.
Right.
Bitch, if Devontae Swing said come somewhere with him, I was probably gonna go. That's why I get mad at y'all when y'all act like y'all don't understand what it's like to be a groupie for a famous person. Like, oh, really? There's not a one nigga that all he had to say was, come here, bitch. And you would have went. Like, stop playing with me.
Okay, nigga, I'm coming.
Listen, now I am glad that I never came into contact with these people. You would have got it about me, nigga. You would have got it about me, Devontae. You're quiet, stoic. You're writing the music. Don't look at me. Don't stare at me with the eyes and all of that. Now I feel like I'm being, pulled from the inside. I don't like it. Okay, not touch me on the inside, nigga. Like, that's what I'm gonna be like. So yeah, no, I don't know what y'all talking about. But some of these men back in the day, they're like, girl, you was gonna do it. You was gonna do it. You was gonna do it. You was gonna do it, girl. Like Tupac. You was gonna do it. If he asked, you was gonna do it. Stop playing.
Especially for Tupac on my end, because I love Tupac.
Listen, and you know how they be like, oh, he was bisexual, and guess who wouldn't have gave a fuck? Okay. We got more in common than I thought, nigga. Let's go out.
Girl, I am hollering. I swear I wouldn't give it a fuck either.
Listen, I would not have given a what? Because Tupac showed up in such a way that it just kind of feel like, well, we know that it doesn't make him soft or anything. Like, it doesn't mean that he gonna let somebody do something to you. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean in the sense of like, if a man get violent with you, people automatically assume if somebody is bisexual, that means they soft. They gonna let a nigga punk them or something like that. Right. Tupac never gave y'all about to punk me. So him being bisexual would be irrelevant to me. I know you out here fucking people. Okay,
I promise.
Wear a condom. Okay, wear a condom, sir.
I promise you. It was somebody in my head that was from the 90s that I love like it was a male artist that I love. I had to have the biggest crush on this man. I cannot think of his name for nothing in the world. Damn. But just know that Tupac is one of those people.
Mm-hmm. You know who else was one of those people for me? And I'm so grateful that I never, I wasn't in that age range.
Cool.
Marvin Gaye.
I can see that.
I'm so glad I wasn't in that time period because, there are certain people we didn't know. We didn't get it. Like, we really didn't think these people are like fucked up. So all we see is like these amazing, beautiful people that are making this really great music. And yeah, they might be a little bit weird, but that's Marvin Gaye, bitch. So, or that's Tupac, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really did have that type of mental about these people who you do not know. And I remember what it was like to feel like that. Because I'm saying, like, even to this day, feeling like I'd have been a groupie for Tupac. Like, y'all know I'm not male-centered and I love myself. But the way I like that man, like the way he was smart, nigga, tell me about this book on civil rights that you read last week, please. What theater class did you take?
Girl, look. Listen. Tupac.
Okay, I had a Tupac shirt on yesterday. I'm like, I don't listen. I don't care.
I could listen to Tupac talk all day. Like,
me too. And he was a Gemini. And do you know how much that would have pulled me? Because I'm scared of Geminis. I've had enough experience with other Geminis. Excuse me, for me to feel like we don't do well.
Well, see, a guy that I was dating was a Gemini, and that was the first time I ever dated a Gemini. See, the only person that I know, like you a Gemini, my baby brother is a Gemini. So I know how Geminis roll, but I never dated a Gemini before until I dated them. And
Okay,
boy,
what was
I
your
tell you.
overall experience?
Well, first of all, we're still friends today. That's number one. But
Okay.
one thing about him is that you can tell when he's not in a good mood.
Oh
You
yeah.
you can tell he would shut down for
Mhm.
like maybe a day or two. He would shut down, and then when that day or two was over, he'll come right back and be like, "What's going on?" Like
Mhm.
nothing happened.
The Gemini.
And he was talented. And not to mention, not only was he talented, but he had great conversation and he was actually smarter than people thought he was. And then on
That's
top of
always
that, people only saw the petty side of him, but they never really got to see the gentle side that I got to see. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like some people really couldn't tell that he was a gentle person until I started talking to him. And
Mhm.
so it was like, oh, I don't know that person. Oh, but that's the person that I know.
But that's normally how we are. Like, first of all, well, how we are, and is different from being like a narcissist. Like,
Mhm.
'cause narcissism will be like, I'm only gonna show you affection in private, and then in public, I'm gonna stone you out like I don't fucking know you. That's one thing. That's not that.
Mhm.
Everybody is not gonna get that version of you because Geminis are very well aware of how often their kindness is taken for weakness.
Mhm.
So everybody is not gonna get the version of me that the person I'm in a romantic relationship is getting.
Right. That's basically how he was. Like, on the outside, his ops, they all couldn't stand him. And I understood why, because he's a troll.
Mhm.
And if he don't fuck with you, he will troll you.
Mhm.
But in
I
a
have that in me, but you know.
he will troll you if he don't fuck with you. But even if he do fuck with you, sometimes he'll troll the people that he fucks with sometimes. But it's a different kind of trolling when he don't
And then
fuck.
you get as a Gemini, when you start trolling people, they be thinking you serious, and it's
And,
so like, and if we mean like trolling the real way, like I'll be in here sometimes. So like Lyric be wanting to be funny and shit, right? So Lyric
mhm.
will want to be like, being funny and doing some little shit. And I'm like, oh, you want to play? Okay, let's play. And then when I start playing, all of a sudden, babe, why you being serious? Who said I was being serious? I'm still smiling, but I'm just playing this game better than you. So now I'm serious. And now I'm being, oh, okay, yeah, don't troll me if you can't deal when I troll back. And now I'm making, I'm the bad guy and all this. I be laughing. Like, stop playing with me. Like, I'm not really mad, but I'm gonna try to win the troll. So like, I'm gonna troll you too. Like, it'd be so funny. People can't take it, but
Oh
you
my
gotta
god.
be balanced in your shit because being a Gemini is a lot. And I feel like I've experienced so many weird ass Geminis that I wouldn't recommend us to
No,
anybody.
not you.
I wouldn't recommend us to anybody. Never. I would never do that. However, I like myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't. I could recommend myself. I can't recommend no other Geminis.
Oh my god. Well, with that, because we got all off topic,
We
but
did
with
preference.
yeah. But with that being said, child, this was me and Bundy. I had a great time with her, of course, and I felt like, from the start of this, I felt like she would be the greatest person for me to start this with. And I'm definitely gonna do the male groups of the 90s. I'm gonna have to do that next week. So that's gonna be fun. Y'all got to tune in for that. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably gonna have T and JoJo up here with me to do that one. But we were talking about reviewing one of the albums. I think they agreed on Ashanti's first album or something like that. They wanted to talk about. Might be that. I don't know. But
Every fucking track is baby, baby, baby. Yeah, have fun with that. Nah, for real. Her first few songs,
Oh
everything
my
is
god.
baby, 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 baby.
Yes.
Ah,
But y'all, this was fun, and shout out to Bunny Blue. If you haven't not subscribed to her, go ahead and subscribe to her channel right now. They have the Ooh Ladies First panel. Are you ever gonna do the are you done with the Now That We're Grown series
no, I'm
now?
not done. No, I'm not
Okay.
done. That just takes a lot of work. And so it be, with the news cycle being the way it's been lately, it's been very hard to like go and sit and watch something in full and then make complete notes to come
Yeah.
to y'all. But it's still on my mind. Like I have ones that are like in my Rolodex that I definitely want to go back and bring up and stuff like that. Like One that's been playing on my mind a lot lately for the white people is Pleasantville. I don't know if y'all ever saw Pleasantville back in the
I
day.
never seen that one.
Reese Witherspoon, who was that? Mark McGuire.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a really good one, and it's just a good movie. It's fantasy, but it puts a lot of things like racism and shit like that in the fantasy plot of being sucked into a television, and it's just a really good one. But no, I haven't given up on it. I just haven't done it in a minute, but I'm gonna bring it back.
All right. I was thinking about that because I was sometimes when I'm at work, I'll be listening to your old now that we're grown videos. Sometimes it get me through the day. And I'll be like, oh yeah, she telling the truth. Cause I'm looking at this movie a lot different now. I know this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but I need to say it right quick before we get off here. You know that movie, Just Another Girl, on the
IRT, yes.
That's probably one of my favorite movies. And now that I watch it, I'm like, them girls was stupid as hell.
Yes. Like when Lestat starts talking about shooting a soda up your coochie so you don't get pregnant, I was like, the misinformation is alarming.
She was the most annoying one on there.
She was. Oh my God. When they went on that shopping spree and then she was like, cause homegirl is hooking me up and she's not hooking you up. I was like, girl,
what?
Fuck down. Okay, the one who was actually smart, the one that was like, you're not supposed to be taking other people's birth control and all of that type of shit. And then because Lisette was sitting up there. Was that her name? Lisette? Girl, I can't remember.
Lisette or Natette or something.
Lisette, something like that. Yeah. But she was sitting up there talking about not using condoms because we don't like the way they feel. And homegirl was like, and that's how people be getting HIV and AIDS. And she was like, nah, you overreacting. And she was like, yeah, okay, I know I'm smart. I was just like,
and she was.
And you were, sis. Okay.
And she was. Okay. Right. All right, then. Well, y'all, we're about to go on and get up out of here, and we will see you guys on the next one, y'all. Bye, y'all.